Testing, testing, 1 2 1 2.
This broadcast is presented to you by Mayo Clinic, the #1 hospital in the world.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, here to Habtoor Polo Resort and Club for the third day of play in the 17th edition of the Gold Cup 2026. Our first match is between Wolves and the UAE. But first of all, we'll just go to a quick interview there with Sebastian, who will just have a few words here now with Santi Bachman.
Thank you very much, Adam. And here we are with one of my good friends, Santi Bachman. I know him since a very long time. I think back in, 10 or more years, in 20 years. And he was back then the polo manager of Thai Polo Club. And then I re-meet him here in Abu Dhabi. He's the vet for Abu Dhabi Polo team. He's been here for the last
4 years.
4 years. Right. And he's not only a vet, he was polo manager, but also is one of the few in polo that he wrote this book. And he's who better than him to explain what is this book about.
Gracias, Sebastián. It's a pleasure for me, as always, to be with you, and an honor to be in Polo line here in the UAE. And thank you for the opportunity. And as you say, I'm basically mainly a vet that at some point have the opportunity to manage a club as Thai Polo, and then the great opportunity to come to the UAE. And summarizing all that, I was writing things for over 22 years, starting with the day that I graduated myself as a vet. And that's when I started writing these words and thinking so now what? This is what the English version that is coming in April is going to be called. Now we have the Spanish version. And I basically do this to try to encourage everybody who's traveling abroad with the family, with their wife, and playing polo, or being a vet or professional like yourself, which is not easy in many subjects. And I think we've all faced many parts in the life that we ask ourselves, so now what? So my first one was when I got the degree as a vet, and I say where I start, like from where, how, and in which city or what country. So that day that I graduate myself, I say like, okay, now I got the title, but the degree, but I'm the same as yesterday. So really where I start from and how I do to build a career or a profession. And with the years, the time flow, and we got the opportunity to go to Thailand and work in Polo, also to get married with my wife, who became a protagonist of the book. And I think it's also nice for the women who read the book as well, because they many times are the main part of the guy who is working abroad. So supporting him and traveling together, looking after the kids, is really, really an important part that we all need, and a huge support to make it happen. So she's reflected as well on this book, and I think a woman will enjoy to see how we manage to survive or to expand ourselves in the career or in life, being a nomad, changing from country to country. And in Thailand, for me, was amazing job and opportunity and a life during 14 years. But one day the COVID came, and we also have our fathers getting old in Argentina, and our kids, 8, 10-year-old, growing in a foreign country. So we decided to go back to Argentina. And today I can say that it was a very good decision, but a very tough one at that moment. So passing through that was not easy. Starting from zero in Argentina also was very tough, and it was like a mooring for me and for the whole family. So all that is now put into pages, and with the only will that this will help somebody, or at least somebody will identify themselves. And as every story, there are some tragedies happening in life. So in the chapter 9, for example, my mother passed away from my hand, literally, in a car accident. So I describe that as well, in order to let the people feel something similar when they face a situation like this. And last, after all this year summarized in the book, a happy ending, like every story. And that was when I got the job for Abu Dhabi Polo team, thanks to Hugo, Barabucci, and Faris, and a friend of mine that recommended me to this place, Danny. And for me, it was like flipping the page, because until then, I was not able to move. So once I got the job back and I started working again in this environment, which I love, everything started to flow again. And we finalized the story with a very good year that we have, and we achieved to win the 10 goal and the 20 goal the same day with 2 different teams, with 2 string of horses. And I thought, okay, now I can finalize the book.
That was in 2024 or 2024, right?
Right.
Yeah.
We won the President Cup and the 10 goal the same day. And in between, there was an incident with one mare that nearly died, and we managed to bring it back together with the pros in white jeans, making her revive. And she's still playing, she's still around, and that was kind of like the strawberry for a dessert and the rising star, let's say. So I say I have to do something with this. I look for some help, and we put the Spanish version, which was presented in the Polo Club of Venado Tuerto. That also,
you're from Venado Tuerto.
Yeah. I was the vice president there until last year, and I dedicated a chapter to the Polo Club of Venado Tuerto, one of the oldest polo club in South America. And I call it the home garden because it's where I grew up. And so I think it's my way to do something, to leave something over here. And the only purpose of this book is to to make it read to help somebody or somebody identify himself with the book.
Thank you very much, Santi. I think it's one of the subjects that usually, everyone talks around the field, but no one in loud, and it's something that most of the polo community face, getting jobs in different places, going from one job to the other, and when the job finishes, you don't know what to expect, and then, it's a common way of life of the polo community.
It becomes a way of life, as you say, and like you say, we all talk about it, and I think we all could write a book. It's only a decision to make it or not. But I find out that when we were telling all these stories, people who travel and identify themselves, and people who doesn't know how it is to live abroad, they really look for it and they get interested. So it's okay. Let's make it happen. And thanks God, last year I managed to present it in the Polo Club, and now I'm promoting it here because in April the English version will come.
Available. Well, thank you very much, Santi. We are about to start this match UAE against Wolf. Interesting match, by the way. So back to you, Adam.
Thank you very much indeed, Sebastian and Santi. A very interesting interview there indeed. And welcome back to our Polo Line viewers, and welcome to all of those here at Al Habtoor Polo Resort and Club for our first match of the afternoon, Wolves versus the UAE. So both having had a win so far, and we'll just quickly go to the lineups here now. And of course, for Dubai Wolves Polo team, we have Habtoor Al Habtoor on 1 goal playing at number 1. Cesar Crespo on 6 at number 2. Felix Hussein on 7 goals at number 3. And it is, of course, Santiago Laborde at number 4 on 6 goals. And for the UAE team playing at number 1 in their pink and white shirts this afternoon is Her Highness Sheikh Maitha bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. At number 2 will be Lucas Luquin Monteverde on 9 goals. At 3, Rosendo Rochi Torreguitar on 6. And of course, at number 4, Salvador Colo Jaureche on 5 goals. Both teams 20 goals, so we start 0-0, as this is also an open tournament. So even if somebody had been below the handicap, which we have had in the past, they'd still have to start off 0-0. And our umpires out there on the field are the Prof, Chris Hyde, and Matthias Mabeni, with the third man being Mr. Peter Wright. So we've had some interesting games so far here this Gold Cup. And our next match will be between Bangash against Gantut. Gantut having played their first game the other day, so they didn't unfortunately play the Silver Cup, just coming straight into the Gold Cup. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, please tune in to Everything Polo Line. And that is on Instagram, Polo Line OK, on Facebook, Polo Line Int. And if you're watching on Facebook, drop us a message. We'll see if we can give you a shout out during the game and tell us where you're viewing from. And of course, YouTube, Polo Line TV. And to keep up to date with all the schedules and events here at Al Habtoor Polo Resort and Club, on Instagram at Al Habtoor Polo and Club. And if you also look at DXB Polo Gold Cup Series for all the information, and there are already been high demand there for all the available places to watch the finals. That's next Saturday the 14th, St. Valentine's Day, with the Gold Lounge. There's a few gazebos left, there's a few tables left, but the majority have actually gone in the Gold Lounge as well. We have nearer, and then in addition to that, of course, there is the Party at the Polo, but the place to be, of course, is in the Gold Lounge or in the picnic area. So see if you can get yourself a booking. The tickets are available for general entry, of course, from Platinum List, Virgin Tickets, and the AHG Loyal app. Alternatively, give the office a call on 04 436 2522. Sorry, 292222. So two teams lining up here now, and it looks like we're going to have the UAE heading back up towards the Villa end, where they are encamped in their pony lines there, with the Wolves in grey shirt towards the scoreboard. And coming off with here, there it is Gichetti Crespo. And it looks like somebody's just copped a mallet there, and it looks like it's Salvador Horechi. So we just have a slight pause, and if the ambulance is awake or with us here today, that would be greatly appreciated. Come on, ambulance! Man dismounted. Okay, back on again. Too late. Ambulance, can you sit inside it and watch the game, please? And so it looks like we're going to get a free ball here dropped for the Wolves, as in possession of the play at the time. Just bringing this one up forward is Laborde. Brings it up there to Lakin. Gets a little bit closer. Keeps dragging this ball forward here now. Goes under the neck with that one. They're out there for Felix. Felix Hussein there on Carabina. He's ridden off out of that one there by Kulu, and he comes away with the play here now. Gets up past Laborde. And he is currently on Guyana, and straight up the middle of the field he comes. Coming back at him there is Crespo. Crespo closing the gap down. He pulls out a bit wider to see if he can make an open backhand to put that one into the middle of the field. Nice little play, but didn't quite just manage to pick that one up the Roches. It came a little bit behind him. They're coming a little bit too much pace to pick that play up, and it's now going to be Laborde. They sends it up forward once again, looking for Habtoor, but it looks like Lukin Monteverdi is going to get onto this first. Lukin, good tail backhand there by him, looking for Torre. But it is going to be Laborde. Checks, turns, comes back inside. Does Laborde on Guitarra. Sends that one up forward here now, but I'm not sure that Felix can come onto that one, but it's going to be Rochi. Rochi makes a turning play. Which is Torre there on Carolina. On his near side goes Lukin. Backhand by Felix. Comes off the pony. To be picked up by Laborde. Laborde coming forward, but he knows he's got Aureche in there. So he just checks up and holds for a moment. And he has the man in behind in the form of Crespo, and Crespo puts that one up there. Now looking for Felix, but trying to get into it there is Lukin. And Laborde was coming down that, and he thought he had the line. The umpires decided, well, you need to make a play on the ball or something anyway, but he didn't get the whistle he was looking for, and it's going to be Aurechi. Fishes that one up forward once again, looking for Lukin, but first onto it here will be Felix. Felix drags it forward, takes it away to the left-hand side, goes to the man, picks him up, and picks up the play nicely there. Does Felix Hussein. Goes with a nice backhand out there for Laborde. He's found a little bit of space, and he's unmarked at this point in time. Santiago Laborde straightens it up and sends the ball up over the top here now. Looking for Habtoor, but first onto it will be Habtoor. And we get a whistle on the play. You can see on our replay here now, unfortunately, as the ball comes down, Highness just got caught in a little bit of no man's land there. Nothing she could do, just an unfortunate situation. And so we have a penalty 3, a 40-yard penalty here now in favour of the Wolves. For Santiago Laborde. Just cantering up to this one here nicely as Felix, rather. Comes up to it, strikes it. It's just snuck in behind the pony, but it's just enough there for it to go wide. And out over the back line it is. So to the left-hand side of the goals it goes. And the ball's placed on the back line here now for Horechi to bring back in for the UAE. Salva brings it up forward, goes underneath the back of the pony there. Pick getting onto that one quickly there is going to be Lukin. Lukin being marked there by Laborde. Lukin up there on Nova. Sends that ball up now looking for Rochi, but getting straight onto that line there will be a good backhand from Gichetti Crespo. Out for Habtoor just puts that one in towards the middle of the field, but the backhand comes off the pony of Lukin's, and it's now sent forward once again here for the Wolves out on the race towards the goals here. Her Highness goes back up onto this one, does Mather. Good backhand, thwarting that attack, but unfortunately for her, the first player over it. But the next one into it there is going to be Felix Hussein, who's just gone wide. We get a whistle on that one. They might be looking to see if they're looking for a change there. Where the umpires have actually called the change rather than a free change. It's because it was a fast passage of Polo. It is a little bit warmer this afternoon. So for the welfare of the horses, of course, the umpires have made the decision. And so the players quickly mounting up. It's going to be quite easy there for the Wolves. They're down their end, and it looks like we have UAE have changed onto their horses, which are positioned up at that end. And so we're just about ready to go once again. Highness is mounting up. She had to go up to the top end where her pony was waiting. So basically, with it being over 29 degrees, they have called for, I said it was a little bit warmer, but just been told it's over 29 degrees. So the umpires, for the welfare of the horses, of course, so how Richard to bring it in here now once again from that scoreboard end. Sends that ball up over the top here now, looking for Lukin, but back onto it first here will be Felix. Doesn't play the backhand. You know, Torguitar going there with him, so he comes over, goes to the man. Opts to have the chance to go back to this ball, keeps it on the near side. He has Laborde in behind. Laborde goes with the backhand this time, looking for Cacchetti, hard ridden there by Haurechi. Haurechi's ball figures back and it's picked up by Lukin. Lukin sends that one up forward up the front door here now, once again looking for Torguitar, but back onto that one quickly there was Felix. Cacchetti picks it up, takes it directly across the field here, and waits for his ball to come back off the boards to pick it up nicely here now. Lukin in there to put the pressure on, and looking for something coming off the boards, but nothing came, and then Paul goes up forward. And we can see the replay coming up here from Polo Line to see that last passage of play with a bit of luck. He goes there with the shot, puts that forward, and then you see the Wolves player scrambling onto it. However, the line looked much more in favour of Haurechi, who's going to bring it back in again here now. Haurechi comes inside there of Cacchetti for Lukin to come and pick up. Lukin on it now. There with him is Felix. Lukin gets told to play it. Goes on the neck with it. Tries to get back onto it, but first onto it there is Felix. Felix being pushed around the corner a little bit, but he manages to keep possession of this play. And then finally the whistle does go. He's just been helped a little bit on his way there was Felix. You see just coming in, giving a bit of a bump from behind, and umpires going, no, afraid to say, we're not going to have that one this afternoon. And so the ball's placed down for a midfield penalty. Penalty 5B. In favour of the Wolves, to be taken by Santiago Laborde. And in this second half of the chucker, we're supposed to have Habtoor supposed to come out on Torreteo. Crespo, Alfom, Mavlada. Sorry, Asotada rather. And you see Felix out there on Little Marilyn, and bringing it in, of course, is Omolita. Santi cut out of the play there, though, by Lukin. Lukin gets onto it. Gets a bit of a bump and a ride-off. Felix just can't believe that. He thought he was absolutely clean on it, but no, he didn't actually come. Actually, he's not on Marilyn. Marilyn's his little grace. I think he's on Contetta. So let's have a little look at our replay here now. So penalty has been given here now in favour of UAE. Possibly a bit of different speed. Not quite shoulder to shoulder. And so Gula once again brings this forward here now. goes in behind Cachete on that one there. Goes again, bit of show and go, tries to get up past him, but Crespo's got the better of him on that one there. You see how Rochi going back, so he managed to take it forward and around rather than just playing the backhand. The anticipation was good there by Torre Guitar, but the backhand flicked back there this time for Laborde again, sends it up here for Felix. Felix tries to come onto this one here now, gets his mallet down and gets it away there from Kulu, but he leaves left it and Kulu puts it a bomb of a backhand out there towards the Villa side, but first to get onto it here will be Santiago Laborde, keeping control of the man Torre Guitar and faces back towards the goal once more. In behind comes Crespo. Crespo picks up the play here now with Luquin there with him, puts it underneath, so he's gone forward onto that one there. He just showed too much of it to him, but he's just left it behind and Crespo can regather it, but next onto it is going to be Luquin once again. Luquin avoiding the hook and the attention of two players, but still manages to come in between the two and come up with the spoils once again. Nice, classy little play there by Luquin Monteverde. Monteverde comes forward once again. He's got Laborde in front. He's got Crespo in behind. Salva goes up forward looking for that one there, and he's just playing a little bit of cat and mouse there with Laborde. And looks like he's come up with a foul, and then there's been maybe a little bit of reaction from Laborde, which so the umpires is going to have a bit of a discussion about this one here now as to how they're going to take this reaction. And it gives a few of the players with just a minute left to play the opportunity to change. It's a little bit warmer this afternoon, so they'll be changing as regular as they can. Let's see what the umpires decide. They've been to the third man. And the helicoptering reaction, the umpires are not having a bar of. And so there has been a technical there being given against Santiago Laborde. And so the ball's going to be dropped down here now. For a penalty for. A 60-yard penalty, it looks like. They'll probably say no foul, but the technical. There's a reaction. And so we have a penalty for. 60-yard penalty here now in favour of the UAE. Still 0-0 on the scoreboard and chucker number one. Just over a minute left to play. So, Howarditchi. Pony just breaks on him a little bit, but he strikes that one well. And it's through the goals it is. So flagman and goal judge were very happy with that one indeed. Even though the pony broke on him, strikes that ball well. And through the goals it is. And we can just see for our Polo Line viewers the replay on that one there. Felix was pointing a little bit wide on there, but no, not to be. And Felix now having got on to Marilyn. So comes out here, there's Crespo. Crespo on the play. Gets told to use it. Does so. Tries to pass that one out. Looking for Laborde, but getting onto that one quickly is going to be Felix. He goes to the first time play. Puts it in. Laborde coming through at pace here now towards goal. Looking to cut him off out of that one. There's Torre Guitar, but no. They've levelled it up here now. Have Wolves in the dying seconds of chucker number one. 1 goal apiece it is. And so I think we'll find that there will end the chucker coming through like an absolute bullet. Was Laborde. Put that one away well. And so the hooter goes, and ladies and gentlemen, that there will end chucker number one. With the score being 1 goal apiece. And so the players will quickly go and change before coming back out for chucker number two. And so we'll just go to a few messages and adverts from Polo Line. So welcome back now to our Polo Line viewers. The ball's quickly back into play again. Underneath the net goes. So with that one there, looking for Lukien. Lukien coming onto it well. Lukien being hunted down there by Felix, but up the middle here on Snowmass, the grey there of Laborde, but not a lot he could do in on that one there. And it looks like that's gone wide, and he reckons he'd been infringed on it as he came up to it, but it's now picked up once again. Oh, it's getting a little bit untidy up that top, and the umpire blows his whistle. So that was just there. We saw, we got another blow on the whistle again. So Timothy needs to be careful, otherwise he's going to come and have a cup of tea with us here at Polo Line. And it looks like Gicchetti's got a technical against him. And the ball's being given a penalty, 2-spot penalty in favour of UAE. So it just comes up, drops the mallet down. Very nicely indeed there, does. Oh, Richie, we get another whistle. And therefore it looks like we'll be starting off from a midfield penalty in favour of the UAE. So the umpire just drops the ball down. And in chucker number 2, we effectively should have. We chucker out there for Habtoor, Caesar on Petty. Dama for Felix, if he's on the grey. Let's have a look. Yes, he is on Little Dama. He's on the grey. Santi Laborde on his grey Snowmass. Jacob Mather out there on Leona. Lukien. Mafiosa. And Gemma there for Rochi. And Selena for Aurici to bring it into play here now from the midfield penalty. Comes in, strikes it, it's along the ground, but it's got some wood onto it, but looking to try and pick that one up. Felix couldn't quite get onto it, but he just comes round the corner here now. No, Felix isn't on his grey, I'd apologise. And it is going to be Lukien dancing around, looking to find a little bit of a space, does so, goes to the next shot, fizzes that one up forward. It's going goalward bound, it's not just goalward bound, it's through the goals there. Lovely little play there by Lukien Monteverdi. Found himself a little bit of space. Just enough of a window and just drilled that one away towards the goal and carries all the way through. So nice goal there by Lukien. Underneath the neck, making it 2 goals it is now. For the UAE, 1 for the Wolves. So ball into play. Out the line out it comes. Salva's trying to get onto it, but Laborde reckons he's got the better of that, and I think the umpire possibly agrees with him. And the whistle goes, and we have a spot penalty here in favour of the Wolves. We can see on our replay. Good. Now Reggie just trying to muscle his way through there, but umpire right on top of him. And so on Snowmass, it is Santiago Laborde. Santi, nice little weighted pass up there for Felix. Felix just checks up. He's got Lukien in behind, he's got Kulu in front. Looks for a bit of space. Wants to keep carrying this forward. You can see a bit of a window now. Drills that one in. And through the goals it goes. I think it almost ricocheted off the pony as well. And the video will say, thank you very much indeed, Will. Felix Hussein. Making it 2 goals it is to Dubai Wolves. 3 for UAE. Here's our replay now. Lovely work there by Felix. Comes forward with it. Drills that ball in. He finds the goals. That's what he's looking for. And so back to the middle of the field it is. 2-3 is a score here in chucker number 2 and 5 minutes say left to play. Ball into play. Picking it up there. It is Laborde. Gets ridden off out of it. Backhand by Lukien. Tries to get onto it. It's Gicchetти cancelling each other out. That pair does. Going forward up onto this here now is Lukien once more. Lukien, but round at near side comes Felix. Couldn't pick up the bouncer, but Lukien's controlling it here. Where he was just a few minutes ago. Just a little bit wider. But being pressurised well there by Laborde. Straightens up, faces goal. Laborde just has to yield. Looks up for the shot and goes in towards it. It's very close to that goal post, but the goal judge has waved wide. Just got a little bit of a curl on it. And out to the left it goes. So Santiago Laborde to bring this one into play here now. Santi taps it up. Sends that ball up the front here now, or a little bit wide actually out to the side. Thought he was just going straight with it, but no, it's going to be Felix to settle on it. Going back with him there is Harechi. Looks to take him on, leaves it now for Laborde, who's just found himself free. Coming back is Felix, working the train well, comes up forward, gets up past one, tries to go past the next, but decides to pass it. And waiting there is Habtoor decides to come in between the players, but it gives enough time for Lukeen to get back to him. So he has to get his skates on here now, just couldn't pick it up. Lukeen does, turns away across there in front of Laborde, who's waiting for something, but in the meantime, Lukeen's off up the field and not wasting any time with this at all, and fizzes up the field here now for the grey of Rochi Toragata. The next pair coming at this one hard, and it looks like it is going to be picked up well there. Goes for the backhand. Now does Crespo. And we get a whistle on that play. And the umpires call a free change. So the players can discuss it with themselves rather than discuss it with the umpires, as it were to say. Lukeen thought he had a play in there, but he's coming in behind a little bit from Gachete, and he goes to open up the backhand. And so we got the whistle blown, and whilst the players quickly change, we'll get a decision in a moment. And there is Toragata on his lovely little grape. And so the players pretty well mounted back up again and making their way back into the field. And you see Marilyn's going to get her wear done today, should we say, as you see Felix is on her now. The umpire's giving a spot penalty, 5B, it looks like, in favour of Dubai Wolves. Laborde brings it in. You see Lukeen's just come out over onto this side. Now comes forward. Puts that one out wide. Looking to get that one up here now. For Felix. Does so nicely. Felix there. Lukeen leaves it for Laborde. Laborde straightens it up. Tries to get this one out there for Habtoor, but trying to get onto it. It's going to be Toragata. Picks it away there from Crespo. Takes it back to his own direction. Now turns and faces forward once again. You have Harechi coming in onto it here. No, he goes round behind. Leaves that one there for Toragata. Toragata goes up on the run here now. Roger Toragata keeps on going. He's got Crespo behind. It looks like they've gone forward. That ball goes up forward. Looks to cut it away here now. Does Lukeen. Lukeen tries to pull this one. So in towards the goal a little bit further. In behind. He comes again of Laborde, but the ball is backed out nicely there. Once again by Felix, but it's going to be picked up by Toragata, and Toragata looks to bring this ball forward in front of goal. He's got a lot of traffic in front of him. He's going to try and weave his way through. He looks like he's going to yield off it and leave it here now for Harechi, but it's taken off the back there by Lukeen. He takes it wide and cuts that one in, and through the goal it is. Not wanting to waste any time is Lukeen Monteverde. Picks it off the back there, goes forward, and then cuts it through the goals beautifully with elevation up into the board. You can see on the replay here, picks it up well, gets out, cuts it away, finds a bit of space for himself to see those goals, and puts it away nicely, making it 4-2 in favour of UAE as the two teams line up once again. Lukeen backs that one out. Looking for Toragata, but it's going to be Felix to get onto it first. Goes for the straight backhand, out for Laborde. Laborde looks to pick it up, but it's now left here for Felix. Felix, just infringe a bit, has to yield. Drops it back. Tries to come and dibble and dabble and try to get a little bit of play on that there. Did Harechi, but you've got Laborde in behind. And let's see on our replay. He just tries to come in front of Laborde, and does he doing so just infringe the right of way, it looks like. And the umpires are moving this one forward here now for a penalty 3, a 40-yard penalty in favour of Dubai Wolves, being teed up by Felix Hussein. So players called. 1:26 left in the chukker. 2-goal the difference. Felix comes up. It's along the ground. They try to stop it. Has it gone wide? But it's gone wide off a defender. So this time we've brought back to the 60-yard line where the ball went out of play just past the goalpost. So he's come back 20 yards to have another go at this one here now as Felix essaying. So Felix just teeing that one up. Trying to see if we can pop that on a little bit of a raised area for our first corner, first penalty 6. Felix. It's hard, it's going strong, it comes off a pony, it's just trying to cave that one from goal, but Crespo comes in, the flags are off, the flag is waved, Kula reckons that he had something on that, but we've got a whistle being blown. Maybe they'll come back for a replay to try and check where the actual line was. And we can see on our replay from Polo line anyway. The ball comes in, goes out wide, comes this way. And Kulu reckons that he had that line, not Crespo. So just hold our horses, ladies and gentlemen. And so a ball has dropped down there. Aurecci was right. Cachete, the eternal optimist, trying to get away, trying to be sharp, but unfortunately not quite sharp enough now that we have replays and everything else to come back to. So it's going to be Salva Aurecci to bring it in. Marking him there is Crespo. Looks to try and put that one out just past to get it to Rocci. Couldn't do so. The backhand, it's picked up though by Lukin. Lukin looking for a little bit of momentum. Was coming round onto him hard there. Is Felix, so he has to go the other way, comes round on the near side, gets hooked off out of that one, turns away in front of Laborde, and it is going to be Lukin trying to get away here now. Lukin takes a man, goes near side, once again onto his near side once more and puts it out there, tries to get back onto it, but Cachete shuts the door and slams it shut in front of him, and it picks it up now by Laborde. Laborde brings this ball down the boards here, being pursued by Rocci. Unfortunately, couldn't quite reach out enough for that one there. Trying to steal that one is Felix, and it looks like he nearly did away there. And he makes a turn. White's turned around and been asked to yield off out of it, and allowing the Pinks to have the first play. And up it goes here now, but it's only as far as Crespo. Crespo, backhand, just waited perfectly for Laborde. Laborde dummies the big one. He's got Lukin coming back in there onto him, but Laborde keeps it coming forward. Laborde looks to keep control of the play here now. Laborde being pressurised hard there by Lukin and cuts away from him here this time. Looking to come and check and come back inside. The first two to goes. He dummies it, sends it forward back up to it, trying to get onto it. Can't get onto that one there is Aurecci, but Aurecci is stabbing back for that ball. And he's just loitering, finding himself hanging around in the no-go zone. Coming up the line. And so you got a whistle on that one there, ladies and gentlemen. And at the end of chucker number 2, it's 2 goals to Dubai Wolves. 4, though, it is. 4. The UAE. And so the players will go back to their respective camps, change ponies, and come back out again for what's looking rather like a penalty 2 in favour of the Wolves. But we'll find that out in a moment or two after a few messages and adverts from Polo Line. So, welcome back here now to Al Habtoor Polo Club in Dubai, the United Arab Emirates, to start chucker number 3 of this match between the Wolves and UAE. We'll just quickly go to the replay of the last play. You see the ball comes up forward, up onto it, and Al-Rajhi's just caught in a little bit of no man's land, loitering almost with intent to try and make a play on the ball in front of Laborde. And so we end up with a penalty 2 here now. So players called. And Felix, this time he's on Dama. Just opts to walk up to this, the undefended penalty. And puts that one away beautifully there, as Felix is saying. And the other horses are scheduled to be out here with Habtoor out on Alucinante. Caesar out there on Missoura. Felix, as I said, out on Dama. Change things around on me. Naughty, naughty. Santi on Florentino. And Highness out there on Amaya. Yuki. Oh. Well, another whistle just been blown, I think. Looks like somebody's lost a stirrup leather or something. So Santi Labordi's just clearing a shoe off the field as well. Thanking you, Santi. Yuki. Jackie. Rochi on catcher, I believe. Just beat it there. Out edge. So 2 teams lining up here now. Ball interplay. Interplay it is. Looking to pick that one up there is Felix. In there with him, of course, is going to be Haurechi. And so he fizzes that one up forward. He's trying to get that one up for Cachete. Cachete's trying to get away there from the attention of Torreguitar. He managed to control the play here so far, but Torreguitar working on it. He pulls it back facing towards the goal once again. Crespo puts that one up into the danger zone. In towards the danger zone it goes, but it just falls short of the goals. And to the right-hand side it goes. So 3-4's the score. In favour of the UAE. And it will be brought in there by Haurechi, out for Torreguitar. Torreguitar trying to get that one up for the key. Just loses a bit of momentum, and it's stolen away from him there by Felix. He's brought that ball a long way down into his own territory, back to its halfway line in midfield. And he looks to come back in between the players here now. Looks to get up past of Haurechi. Pings it back here this time for Laborde. Laborde feeds it forward once again, but it looks like it's only going to be as far as a good neck shot there by Lukin. Sends it out here for Torreguitar. Torreguitar on his near side up under the play. Torreguitar going back with him. There is Crespo. Torreguitar up over the halfway line. Flat chat up the field. He goes here now. You don't get a faster stick and ball session here now for Torreguitar, who manages to control that one well. Gichetti Crespo trying to get back to him at the last minute, but nothing to be done. Goal number 5 on the board there for Roger Torreguitar. You can see on the replay there, he just paused and it just gave enough time for Cachetti to get back to it, but unfortunately by then it was all too little too late, and goal number 5 on the board there for the UAE. 5-3's the score. So, ball into play. Backhand. Just topped that one a little bit, didn't get all of it clean. It's now been picked up by Crespo. Crespo up onto this here now. Crespo. He knows he's got Lukin coming with him. He's just going to have to be very careful here now. Lukin behind. Torreguitar in front. Lukin working, trying to get onto. He's trying to weave his way through the traffic here now. The ball left and quickly onto that one there. It's going to be Laborde. Laborde quickly marked up there by Kulu. He's ridden off out of it and now picked up and turns away across the play. Does Lukin right in front of Felix. And we get a whistle on the play, and our replay might be able to show this a bit more clearly. Just gets caught up in the traffic, does Laborde, and just tries to pick that one away, does Lukin in front of Felix. And so we have a spot penalty here now. Felix has already teed this one up. Felix walks up to it, drops the mallet down onto it and closes the gap again. 1 goal is the difference once more. 4 goals on the board now for Wolves, but it's still 5 for the UAE. Nice little replay from the drone. Nice close penalty. So here we are, jumping up and over to the far side it is for the ball to be thrown in. Again, it looks like there's an issue with the pony. So, Felix off again, change. This does Her Highness. So 5-4 is the score. You're really managing to dominate this in the first half. Wolves have been a couple of goals ahead, but each time they do, that gets crawled back again there by Wolves. Tenacious as ever. So Felix change. I said 2 matches here this afternoon, which our second game is Bangash versus Gantut. Both of these teams looking for a win, of course. And then we'll have our 1 match tomorrow afternoon. And then 1 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. So plenty of polo here, and that's for sure. So players back onto the field. So ball into play, out the line out it comes. Cachetti trying to get onto it, but picking that one up first is Rochi. Rochi takes it forward, plays the backhand out there towards the other side. First onto it there will be Lukin, but the backhand comes in, taken away from him. He's trying to get back onto it, but he hovers and waits, forcing Cachetti to take it away, deep down his own territory, gets a little backhand in, comes off the pony, and Lukin manages to get onto it. Lukin turns, brings it forward, up here now. Lukin Monteverdi opens that shoulder up and fizzes up forward, looking here for Haurechi, but Haurechi now being taken away for it there by Cachetti. Cachetti on the near side, taking it away from the danger zone, but first back onto it, there will be Kulu, goes with the near side backhand, but it's well read and picked up as always there by Laborde, but going back with him is Torreguitar. Torreguitar in there with Santiago Laborde. Santi being pushed, pressurised hard there by Torreguitar. Brings it up forward here, does Laborde. Sends it up, looking to come onto this one here now is going to be on the near side, trying to get it to Felix, but he's blocked and picked up now here by Lukin. Lukin comes forward. Lukin cuts this one in towards the goal. He drills that one nicely, but it just goes wide. Well, Lukin was just pointing out to the umpires a little bit about how to umpire, it looks like, as one of them goes for a card possibly here, and yep, there's a yellow card gone out. And teaching and trying to tell the umpires to do the job. Best if you play polo and the umpires umpire. And so we have the ball drop down at the halfway line. From midfield penalty it'll be. And if there's any more chirping, we might go and have a cup of tea. Lovely Tuesday afternoon here it is in the UAE. And so, Laborde says thank you very much indeed for the territory gain, and he gets to the brings it in from the halfway. Brings it up to Lukin. Sends that ball clean up over the top, up the front door. It's going, it's going, it's going, it's going, it's going. It's gone all the way. There, a beautiful goal by Santiago Laborde. Levelling up the scores here now. 5 goals all it is. And that is made very easy indeed for Laborde. He says thank you very much for that. So the 2 teams come back to the middle of the field, line up once again. bowls that ball into play, comes off with it here, does Lukeen once more. Cacchetti goes back there with him, he checks turns, flicks it away from there, does Lukeen up on the run here now. Looks like we're going to have Haureche coming back in behind to give some support. He goes over the top of that one a little bit, got a little bit flustered and hassled, but it's picked up nicely here by Felix. Felix comes away with it here. Felix goes with a long shot and drives out and forward. Habtoor looking over his shoulder to see the men coming in there to give some support. You're not sure which one he needs to go and look after. It's about 20 yards from goal, and Felix is coming into it, just straightens himself up onto the play towards the goal and puts it away beautifully, capitalising on that situation, pounced on it, did Felix Hussein, and put a beautiful goal away and putting the Wolves out into the lead here in Shaka number 3. So back to the middle of the field it is. 6-5 the score. That's the minute before the first tutor and the ball goes into play. Laborde pings that one out for Cacchetti, wanting it here now, gets called off it. Sends it the other way here now for Felix, does Laborde. Laborde's pass cancelled out there by Lukeen and now picked up by Torre Guitar. Stick side he goes back to now. He's just lost sight of the play, but he gets back onto it quickly enough, does. Torre Guitar comes away with it once again. Torre Guitar, he's got Cacchetti alongside him, but he flicks that one up here now for Lukeen to pick up. Nice play between these two, setting Lukeen up for the play, but he goes off on the run himself here now, does Torre Guitar, to put the pressure on this goal. Oh, and he's just flipped over the top of that one there. The umpire's also got the break problem as well, but it is now brought up here, quickly picked up there by Felix Hussein. Felix picks it up. He's got Cacchetti gone forward. Ponies will be starting to get a little bit dreary here now as the first tutor goes, and it looks like that Lukeen reckons he's got that one there first. As Cacchetti comes on, he goes, hang on a minute, that was clearly my line, but Lukeen looked for me where he was established on it, and it was only a near side play. But there's the chucker, ladies and gentlemen. And the score is 6 goals to Wolves, 5 to UAE Polo. And so we'll just go to half-time break here now. And we'll go to some messages and adverts from Polo Line before we come back out for the second half of this match, the last two chuggers. And the ball has been dropped by the umpire, so inevitably going to be a penalty here. So we'll see you in a couple of minutes' time. And now we'll go to some of our better goals here now, and that's Dante Castagnola with a nice little fist punch there. It was a really nice little goal, that one, that was. And this here, Habtoor cracked an amazing neck shot underneath the neck there, almost between the horse's legs, and through the goal it is. And so this one here worked hard onto that one there, goes underneath the neck there, pounced onto it there, did Felix Hussein. And here Gonza, this was pure class, right? And the first chucker just cut that one in through the goal. So maybe it was the start of the second chucker, just a lovely goal there. And there, Ali Almiri, absolute stunner, reached out a long way, cut it out, cut the backhand in. Beautiful goal there by Ali Almiri. And this here, Ujoa comes forward here now. Ali putting a lot of pressure on, but one more tap will do, and Tolly Ujoa just securing that one there for Habtoor. And this one, out the front here now, going back with him was Haureche. He anticipated the bounce and unfortunately didn't come in favour of Haureche, and it was put away nicely there. And this one here, you have Kaku going forward here, up towards the goals, taps it through at the Villa end of the field. And this one here, we have Llorente, nice play there, just taps it one more time, puts that one away. Solari standing over the ball, looking for a little gap, and there's almost nothing there, and it was going and stopped there beautifully. Is there in there? Oh, Pitolski couldn't pick it up. Oh, Haider Bangash once again. That was goal number 3 for Haider. Great afternoon for Haider Bangash on his goal scoring. Haureche picked that ball up beautifully from behind. Good eye, keeps this ball moving forward and looks to stick and ball this one home, and through the goal it goes. And the backhand there by Harrich. Oh, there was a beautiful backhand there. It was placed into the middle field for him to pick up. He opted to take an amazing open backhand out there for Rochi. Found a bit of space and off he went and put it away as he does. And here we have once again Rochi taking on the big man. Goes under the neck. Lovely goal by Torgita once again. And here Lukin flicks that up and in comes Haureche on the top of the bounce. Through the goals it goes. That was a cracking goal, I thought. And here once again Tomasito cuts this one in. This is for Haida, and Haida finishes it off well. This was Patolsky. It was in chucker number 1 there. It's on Chiva. He turned around, scored a couple of great goals in that chucker. 2 back-to-back goals. Gets up past the man. And that's number 2. Oh, we're going to some of the goals here now. And this is a lovely finish. Next shot there by Haureche. And this is Bautista. Just showing enough room at that. Just a beautiful goal there by Bautista. They're having to run back for it, but it's going all the way from Bautista Bajuga. And this one, Bauti, playing a little bit of cat and mouse here. Gets up past, flicks that one forward, gets the ride off, goes with a little shot and puts that one away well. And here we had, that was a lovely passing play, really keen up there for Torgata. Torgata scoring back-to-back goals in that chucker and going forward here now. Torgata once again comes in, couldn't get the backhand there, could Solari, but it's going to be Torgata, finishes that one off well. Coming back inside once again, Torgata shows a bit of a show and go, looks to come inside, then straightened up and off he goes here now. Ujoa trying to get back to him, but not to be. Here, Bauti comes in, just finishes that off. Looking for something out of that was Kulu, but not to be.
We come back from the halftime break with the innovative play of the match. Mayo Clinic breakthrough moments.
Forward up once again to Solari for Bautista, but the backhand comes in and cuts away out towards the side. Picked up once again here now. Comes forward, back into attack to Habtoor. Just stagnating a little bit on the play, looking to send that one forward. It gets cut out of the air and plucked out of the goal mouth there by...
Well, welcome back here now to all our Polo Line viewers. You just see there on shot on Polo Line. Haureche just mounting back up again. It's fourth chucker. We have chucker by chucker up there on the screen at the end of chucker number 1. It was 1 apiece. 2-4 to the UAE after chucker number 2. Going into the half-time break. It's 6-5 in favour of Dubai Wolves. And Comandante out here now for Habtoor. Ipotada. For Caesar. Felix didn't really give you much of an idea, but I'll have a little look and see if we can come up with something. And in the fourth chucker, Orquesta for Santi Laborde. Simpatica for Sheikh Ametha. Really keen to come out on Arizona. Gotcha. No, for Rochi and for Kulu. Looking to Maron Claro. The umpires are mounted up there on the field, and it looks like, as thought, we're going to have a spot penalty, penalty 5B in favour of the UAE to get chucker number 4 underway down in their own territory. About 50 yards from their goal. And so we have UAE already mounted up. UAE, Dubai Wolves are just doing so. Taking a slightly longer break, take as long as they can. Like I said, it's probably the first warmer day we've had so far this winter. Fortunately, we starting to get a little bit of a breeze. Just to keep the edge off the sun. And you can see there on Polo line, there's the rocket banner for the innovation in equine protection. Great. Should probably become a piece of the actual horse's tack really now for their bridles. Protecting their pole, the centre of their forehead, and also on the temples as well. And of course, if you haven't already tuned in, please do so on Instagram, Polo Line OK, Facebook, Polo Line Int, and Polo Line TV. It is. Or YouTube. So currently you've got, say, 600 views out there, but not much in the way of comments, so unable to give anyone a shout out at the moment. So, UAE to bring it into play. Haurechi on the play here now. Lukeen gone long and hard forward, then up comes the ball up over the top. Going back with him there is Laborde. Lukeen claims that one here now. Lukeen checks up, looks for the first time play. Couldn't quite pick that one up. Looks to try and come back to it, but realises he can't because Cachete hard on that line and claimed it well. Cachete makes a turn. Felix has gone forward, but he trips that one out towards the side, trying to get onto it there as Felix takes it away from underneath the nose there of Lukeen. Does Felix onto his near side, straightens himself up, looks in towards the goal, goes with a long shot from a distance in towards the goal. He's settled himself on it nicely, but he's just pushed it across the face of goal and out wide it goes. Lukeen's already going for a quick chop change. So it'll be Haurechi to bring it into play. Not content where he was, brings it forward here, does Haurechi. Haurechi goes underneath the neck, leans into that one nicely, out towards the better side for Lukeen to come and pick up here. Lukeen being pursued there, pressure on him. Left behind now for Orochi Torreguitar. First time play, fizzes that up here now for Lukeen. Found himself some space, but coming across to him there is Laborde. Laborde in there with Lukeen, he strains himself up. Torreguitar goes forward, fizzes that one up over the top once again and puts it up forward. Try and come back onto this one here now. Is underneath the neck. He goes with that there, the Torreguitar, but we get a whistle on the play. Maybe the umpires thought the players who were coming across to clear out of the way didn't quite do so quickly enough. So UAE on the attack. The umpires just discussing this one. The umpires might have deemed there wasn't enough speed getting out of the way, shortening the distance. But they are having a bit of a chat about it. So it's just been explained there to Santiago Laborde as the ball is placed down here now for a penalty two in favour of the UAE. Looking to level up the scores. We can see on our replay. The umpires deemed there possibly wasn't enough time for them to get across in front there. And so the ball's dropped down here now for Haurechi on the penalty two spot for a 30-yard undefended penalty. Comes up, drops the mallet down, puts that one gracefully through the goals. It is, the flags aloft, levelling up the scores here at the Sarge Chucker number 4. 6 goals apiece it is, and now the players will make their way over to in front of us here at Polo Line. The Prof bowls that ball in, off Habtoor it is. Habtoor picks it up. Looks to come forward with it here now. Does Habtoor. Leaves it for Felix. Felix trying to get away from the attention there from Lukeen left in there behind. Who's first round? Torrigitar gets round, gets hooked off out of it, pushed on out of the way there by Felix. We get another whistle on the play. It's a question, was Felix round onto that in time enough, or was Torrigitar just finding himself across it a little bit? Let's see if we can see from the drone here now. And you just see on shot there how Rechi is quickly changing ponies, taking advantage whilst this play is discussed. And this now will go up here for a penalty 3 in favour of the UAE. Just a little bit of over-exuberance, you might say, by Felix coming in onto that one there. And so quickly up to the other end, but from the penalty 3 spot, the 40-yard penalty spot, this time for Salva Harici. Comes in, drives, shoots, sends that one, bullets that one in through the goals. It goes, the flags are off, so goal number 7 on the board. There it is for the UAE. 7 goals to 6 it is here now. 2 unanswered goals so far by the UAE in this chugger. So no replay there. And so the players come back to the middle of the field. Looking, quickly chopping and changing once again. He's already on side because he comes from that end of the field and picked up by Lukeen out of the line-out. But then it's next onto it will be Laborde. Near side backhand, puts it out towards the middle of the field for Habtoor. Looks to send that up to Kachetti, but he can try and go back onto his own play once again. Unfortunately, couldn't quite pick it up. It's picked up nicely on the near side by Haurecci. Then plays the near side backhand, but cut out of the play there by Lukeen. And Lukeen's backhand was stopped by Felix, and he sends a backhand this time. It's Haurecci to pick that up first, but he gets hooked off out of it. Next onto it is going to be Torrigitar. He takes the man and leaves it here now for Lukeen Monteverdi. Lukeen with Laborde in there with him, and it is going to be now picked up by Haurecci. Finds himself unmarked, comes off the pony of Kachetti. Kachetti gets himself up onto the line of this play. Maybe playing a bit of advantage possibly on that one there as we have Laborde picks it up, goes forward once again. But he's cut off out of that play, now picked up there by Kachetti Crespo. Kachetti straightens himself up towards the goal here now. Kachetti's trying to weave his way through the traffic. The ball comes out forward, and forward it comes. Who's next onto it? The backhand comes in, clearing away there, does Lukeen. Couldn't quite pick that one up there, could the Wolves player, but hunting down the line was Torrigitar. And we get a whistle on the play. And so they're giving a change there to the players. So they're changing in this match, being the first one of the day. And if it's a little bit cooler for the second one, we'll just carry straight on through without free changes, but for the welfare of the ponies, of course. And now you see there the shot of Santiago Laborde. Just changed. Now ball goes a long way back down to his pony line. Down by the school. Like it is Santiago Laborde. Take the penalty here for the Wolves. Would I be right? Very wrong. Just circling around. No. Not to be. But no, it looks like it is in favour of the UAE, where Torrigitar came hunting down that line as Felix came across in front. It is going to be Salva Haurecci to bring it in. Giving the players a bit of a chivvy along. Players call. You get the second half of chucker number 4 underway. 6-7 the score in favour of the UAE. Haurecci goes in with that one, leans into it well, puts that up to about the halfway line. And coming onto it is going to be Torrigitar. Checks up on the play, comes back inside there of Felix and sends that forward, but we get a whistle on the play. Umpires must have just had a little bit of a chat about that one there before blowing the whistle. And let's see on the replay. Lukeen taking the player away, possibly off the play. Or did he pile that one into the back of the pony? But regardless, we have a spot penalty, it looks like, in favour of Dubai Wolves. Players call for Santiago Laborde to bring it in here now. Santi gives that ball a ride up the front door, looking for Cachete. Gone back with him, his Kulu onto his near side. And it's Nicolo, but it's now picked up here, there by Felix. Felix tries to come through the traffic, just keeps that one short there with Tongata. In comes Lukin to try and stop it, but he gets the mallet down and flicks it away nicely there. Does Felix Hussein under all that pressure, levelling up the scores once again at 7 goals apiece. Felix coming through with purpose. A lot of pressure, a bit of traffic in front of him, and knowing that he's got Little Keen in there to try and call the play, gets the mallet down and puts it away. Well, Lukin comes away with it, but it's now picked up here by Habtoor. Backhand is called for. Up it comes here now. Onto it comes Laborde. Laborde picks his play up here now, out towards the boards, but hunting him down there is Haureche. Yields off, leaves it. He just manages to get in on that one. Does Haureche, enough room and space in between Laborde and Felix. On the near side comes Torreguitar. Torreguitar coming forward here now. Torreguitar flicks it out towards the left-hand side and picks it up near side. It is Torreguitar up onto it. He leaves it now for Lukin, but couldn't carry it further, and it's now turned away there by Felix. Looking for something very optimistically there is Haureche. And the ball is sent up forward here, up the front door it goes. As you see that Torreguitar is kept off out of it by Laborde, allowing Hussein into the play here now. Looking to stick a ball this one home. He's a little bit wide. He waits for that ball to settle and goes for one more little tap and flicks that one in, and through the goal it is. And it is a great goal there by Felix Hussein, making it 8 goals it is now to the Wolves. 7. UAE. So a bit more changing by UAE down that scoreboard end. And there's a bit of chirping going on once again there from the UAE to the umpire, who thought that Haureche possibly had something on that one, or maybe it was impeded, but the umpire's not seeing the same thing. That's all 3 of them. So 3 on 1 doesn't add up, and it is now Lukin comes away with the play. Lukin looks to send that one up forward, but it's only as far as Felix. Felix sends the backhand, sends it out there for Crespo. Crespo on the play. He's got Habtoor gone up forward, splitting Colo on this one here now. Looks to try and get onto his Habtoor, but not going to be able to find the angle to get onto that play, as it is going to be Haureche on it here now. Haureche turns, tries to come away with it, just unfortunately couldn't unseat himself nigh on, but couldn't quite pick up that play. A backhand tries to come in onto it, and it's now picked up by Lukin. Lukin Monteverde, quick as a flash, onto it he came, and now he takes it up the field, up over halfway line, and coming back fast down the middle of the field there is Laborde, and the pressure is on Lukin by Habtoor, looking for the hook, dribbles his ball forward, plucks it in the air, loses a bit of momentum, takes it forward once again. He's got Felix in behind, he's dancing around with this ball, takes it away, goes for the next shot, doesn't quite get enough onto the angle. In comes Kulu, makes a spoiling play, and it is now out over the back line. So good pressure there by UAE as the clock tick-tocks down. The hooter goes, and that there will end chukker number 4, ladies and gentlemen. And Wolves by 1 goal, 8-7. In the lead here now before we go into the 5th and possibly final chukker. Haven't had any golden goals, any extra chukkers so far, really, this season. So we'll now go to a quick break and some adverts from Polo Line before we come back for chukker number 5. there in there. Oh, Patowski couldn't pick it up. Oh, Haider Bangash once again. That was goal number 3 for Haider. Great afternoon for Haider Bangash on his goal scoring. Haureche picked that ball up beautifully from behind. Good eye, keeps this ball moving forward and looks to stick and ball this one home. And through the goal it goes. And the backhand there by Haureche. Oh, there was a beautiful backhand there. It was placed into the middle field for him to pick up. He opted to take an amazing open backhand out there for Rochi. Found a bit of space and off he went and put it away as he does. And here we have once again Rochi taking on the big man. Goes under the neck. Lovely goal by Torgita once again. And here Lukin flicks that up and in comes Haureche on the top of the bounce. Through the goals it goes. That was a cracking goal, I thought. And here once again Tomasito cuts this one in for Haider, and Haider finishes it off well. This was Patowski. It was in chucker number 1 there. It's on Jiva. He turned around, scored a couple of great goals in that chucker. 2 back-to-back goals. Gets up past the man. And that's number 2. So once again here now, welcome back to our Polo Line viewers and all of us here at Al Habtoor in Dubai. The United Arab Emirates and the ball's on the back line at the scoreboard end for Dubai Wolves to bring into play. By Santiago Laborde. So 7 minutes of play on the board it is. And Laborde taps it up forward, brings it up there to his marker. Comes nicely out underneath the neck here for Felix to run onto. Felix just been shadowed there by Haureche. Checks up on the play. Brings it inside. Comes forward once again. Here it does. Felix takes the man on. Gets up past Wong. Keeps on going forward. Laborde tucks in behind. He straightens himself up nicely. Here does Felix. Felix brings this ball up further forward once again. Felix checks up. He knows he's got Lukin in there with him. Looks to take Lukin on. Does so. Keeps going down the field, but down into the corner. Goes with the next shot. Fishes that one in. It's looking good from here, but it looks like, unfortunately, he's just pinged that one past across the face of the goalmouth. So, Haureche for the UAE to bring it into play. Brings it up there. Ligacic gets hold of that and sends that one up forward here now, looking for Torgita. Torgita in on the play. Torgita, Gallerina brings it up forward. Just allows his players to get up forward and maybe find a little bit of space, but coming in behind is going to be Lukin, so off he goes on the run here. Does Torgita, that checks up once more. Trying to come in onto that play there is Lukin, couldn't do it. Stolen away beautifully there by Laborde on Snowmass, but in turn taken away by Torgita. Looking to come forward here with it is Haureche. Haureche. He fizzes that ball up over the top and sends that one goalward bound. It's goalward bound. It's going to go a little bit to the left. So you see Laborde is just keeping Torgita off out of that play as the ball's in there on the play. Turns it away there from Torgita. Does Laborde. Onto it here now. Actually, sorry, that's not. It's Felix. I apologise. Goes under the neck with that one there, out here into space for the unmarked Habtoor coming across onto it. There is going to be Santiago Laborde, and going up forward is Habtoor once more, just tops that one a bit, couldn't quite pick that up cleanly. Next onto it though will be Laborde. Laborde picks it up again. Laborde, in comes Torgita to steal that one away from him, but Laborde's back onto it once more. He's over the top, looking to come back onto it, pick it up, manages to do so. Ball more across the field and up and down than what Roger Torgita thought, but it's going to be left for Laborde. And Laborde sends it up here nicely and up the front door. It looks like it's going to be Cachete. Can he get away there from Haureche? And he does, just enough there for Cachete Crespo to put goal number 9 there on the board for Dubai Wolves. See on our replay here, just got away from the hook of Haureche, who was leaning out as far as he possibly could, tickling its ears, but not quite enough to get hold of it. But they're all back on side, and the ball back into play, and out the back of the line out, looking for its Laborde, looking to come onto that one there. But it's going to be Laborde to pick up the pieces, looking for the man to clear. This time he lets that one go and puts that one out wide to the left-hand side for Habtoor to come onto as Cachete looks after Roger Torreguitar. He flicks that one in, keeps it short. Oh, and a little backhand, sneaky little play there from Cachete Crespo. You might as well give it a go if you can, and let's have a look at the replay of that one there on the near side, round the back of the pony and forwards. See, absolutely beautiful little backhand there by Cachete Crespo, putting Wolves out there into double figures here now. We're just about halfway through the chukker, so the umpires have told the players to quickly go and change. Those that wish to do so. Felix has already quickly changed back onto the lovely Marilyn. Up there for our Polo Line viewers in the UAE camp. Keen hopping over. Back to the middle of the field. It'll be the Prof to bowl this one back into play once again. That's certainly the goal of the day, I would say anyway, in my opinion. What that counts. Cachete Crespo. So, two teams back to the middle of the field here now. 3:17 on the clock to play here in chukker number 5. 10-7 the score. Ball comes in. Trying to get away with that one there is Torreguitar. The next pair cancel each other out. Leave it for Habtoor. Habtoor goes out into some open space. Out towards the Villa side. Yields off it. Looking to come onto it is going to be Haureche. They'd left it there for Felix, but Felix didn't have the right to get in onto that play, and it's quickly mobilised on here now by Haureche. Haureche hungry for another one. Goes from a distant shot. He settles it down. He points and fires. Unleashes the trigger, but it goes past the face of goal. And so the ball's on the back line here once again. 2:39 on the clock, 3 goals of difference. And Laborde brings this into play here now. Laborde brings it forward. Laborde sends that one out wide here this time. Trying to get onto that was Felix, but first onto it will be Haureche. Sends a good strong backhand in. Looking to read and pick that one up there is Lukin. Does so perfectly. Checks, turns, comes back inside. He's got Laborde in front. He reckons he's got enough space and time to go to it. Does Laborde, but the whistle goes. There's a lot of cries of anguish going on here. Out on the field. Just discussing this one with the third man. I'll just explain it to the players there, what they felt, and they'll give their penalty. But rather than checking up and surrendering the right to the line or the right to the play, it looks like he's checked up because his right to come forward onto the play was basically blocked. Probably realising that he was already in that position, thought he might as well chance his arm and give it a go. He could have got away with it, but no, not on this occasion here now with the umpires right on top of the play. And so we have a 2-spot penalty. It looks like it's going to be some 20 yards from goal, just the left-hand goal post it is for Haureche to bring in here now. Haureche drops it down. There it is. 1 goal back. 8 goals it is UAE. 10 to the Wolves, but we get another whistle. So we've had a technical thrown out there as well, and they'll be giving away a penalty here now in favour of the UAE for a midfield start to this chukker. There we are on the replay. Pops that one away. So from the halfway line, Salvador Haureche tees this ball up. Taking a nice long run up for this one here. Keen's gone forward, gone a long way wide. We're going to try and dart back across or just pull the players away, allowing Hauriche to lean into that one and slump the bomb straight down the middle of the field. Here it is, and trying to get onto that one first, but it's just gone a little bit wide and wide out over the back line. The goal judge has called over the back line. He's convinced that that was still in play. The goal judge. And also the ball is convinced it had actually gone over the back line. So they'll have a little chat with the third man and go for another replay. So they'll just go through just to double check this one. But it looked like the Bordeaux was coming away with the play at the end, but let's see what they can pick out of it. So whilst they're just having a think about this, of course, I'd like again to thank our sponsors, who without them it would be impossible to put on such wonderful tournaments such as this, the Dubai Gold Cup. 17th edition here in 2026. That's Bentley Emirates, the official dealer and sole authorised importer of Bentley Motors since 1983. Diamond Lease, a fully owned subsidiary of Habtoor Group, which was established back in 96, offering automotive rental and leasing solutions as an alternative to owning and maintaining your own vehicles. The US Polo ASSN is the official brand for the United States Polo Association and the official apparel and jersey sponsor here for the Gold Cup. Our media partners, Polo Line TV, of course, Al Badia, Expat Woman, and Loving Dubai, Resna Polo. And I said for our final stage, general tickets are available, 195 dirhams each for general entry. And they're available on Virgin Tickets Platinum List here in the UAE and the AHG Loyal app. In our picnic gazebos for the final day, there's only the large ones which are available, which is for 8 people. Parking and entry tickets and 2,800 dirhams is the cost, with a picnic basket for 8 people. The Gold Lounge VVIP tables has minimum spend of 10,000 dirhams, with drinks for 10 people and 4 parking passes. There are very few and very limited spaces left in the garden by Il Pastaio. So for your bookings, drop them an email on media@PoloGoldCup.com or give them a call on 056 373 2999. So please follow us here at Habtoor on our social media, DXB Polo Gold Cup Series, and at Al Habtoor Polo Club for all the match schedules and several competitions lined up for you to win. Some amazing prizes. And our next match, of course, is Bangash Gantut. But tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock, we have Habtoor versus Gantut. And so they've just had a long deliberation of it and gone to the old VAR. They're calling the ball hadn't gone out. And so there won't be a team given possession with a drop ball. There will be a throw-in right in front of that goalmouth, being defended by Dubai Wolves. 10 yards in from the actual goal, it'll be thrown in from the inside out off that left-hand goalpost. So, I mean, nice 2 teams up. Ball bowled into play. Off the front of the line out. This one's coming away with it out towards the side there. It is on this little grey pony in the form of Felix S.A.N. The backhand comes in. Scrambling back up onto this one here now will be Laborde. Laborde challenged by Hauriche. Opens that one up into space. Out towards the far side. Going back there with Felix on Marilyn is going to be Luquin Monteverde. Shoots that one underneath the net, gets the jump on the man, and off he goes here on this lovely little mare here of Felix is, and he goes for the big one there to centre it, but it comes off the cane and just goes wide out over the board, so it'll be counted down 8 seconds. And the ball's dropped down, and Luquin not wanting to waste any space here and gets up moving. He's hungry, he's looking for something here now, is Luquin Monteverde. Luquin comes forward, brings this ball up once again, keeps going by himself, yields off him to Felix, leaving Cachete there in with him, so he comes round, goes with the shot underneath the neck, trying to get onto it is Jauretche, but again it just falls a bit short as he reaches back, but you saw a very good, clever play there, great anticipation there by Felix on this super mare. Just cuts left, looking for the pass, and manages to get onto that one first, possibly. So the ball's dropped down here now. 58 seconds on the clock. Of course, that little mare of Marilyn from Facu Sola, one of their homebreds. I think you might be missing that one, Facu. Had a couple of changes. About a minute left to play, and it's Laborde bringing it into play here now. Santiago Laborde taps it up for Santi. Puts it underneath the neck. Out here for Felix once again. He's off the little grey, and he's changed once again. Gets forward and sends that ball up the front here now, looking to get it up Cachete, but it looks like he's been kept off out of that play there by Torre-Guitar. Torre-Guitar, good backhand, comes off Cachete's pony, looks to try and pick it up, can't quite see the play, nor can the next one's left there for Felix, couldn't pick it up, but the backhand there by Felix, trying to set it up here for Cachete, gets tangled up with the player, and it coming up onto it here on this near side play is Habtoor, but it's going to be connected and tidied up away here now by Torre-Guitar. Torre-Guitar, deep down in his own goal mouth here, brings it forward as that clock tick-tocks down, he sends it up forward here now, looking for Luquin, but in onto that one there comes Jauretche, turns, fends that ball up forward once again. He gets back onto his own play, didn't quite get the distance. He wanted to get that up to his teammates. It's Crespo onto it here now. Under the neck, he goes into some nice open space here now. Does Cachete Crespo. Crespo played an absolute blinder out here this afternoon. And there goes the hooter, ladies and gentlemen. The teams will congratulate their own teammates as well, of course, for our first match here this afternoon, and it is Dubai Wolves running out the winners, 10 goals to 8. Quite desperate, these Gold Cup matches, every match they have to win to try and get through. All these teams are very competitive indeed, and as we'll see in our next match as well, Bangash versus Gantut, and we have the progress of the match on screen. And for those here at Habtoor interested, we have at the end of chukker number 1, it was 1 goal apiece, 2-4 in favour of UAE at the end of chukker number 2, 6-5 though in favour of Wolves after chukker number 3, chukker number 4, 8-7. And to round the match off, 2 goals scored by Wolves, only the one by UAE, making it 10 goals to 8. As the final score. And now we'll go to some of the best goals here. And so, that one there, Cachete Crespo, round the back of the pony, and forward through the goals. Cracking goal there by Cachete Crespo. So played absolute blinder out here this afternoon. Lovely play also by Felix Essaying. Felix just, he knew he was 2 pink shirts in front. Luquin coming back to put the pressure on. Keeps his cool, as always, and just pops it away. And this here he was up there, out in front. Got the good breakaway, did Felix there, and Felix comes in and just puts that one away nicely. And here Laborde comes in, hammers that one up the front, and through the goals it goes on the full. There it is, literally just bouncing on the line. Lovely goal there by Santiago Laborde. And this one here, coming up over across front of it there, was putting that one away well. And here just looking for a little bit of space. They decided he's not going to wait and hang around as Luquin anymore. Dances off the back of the play, takes it away from the players, and then cuts that one in through the goal. Lovely goal there by Luquin. And up here now is another great goal there by Luquin. Just got ahead of his man and just stumped that one away underneath the neck nicely. And there we have the ball being sent in there, linking up perfectly with Santiago Laborde from the pass of Felix Essaying. And now we'll go for a few of the stats here. The final score 10-8, as you can see. Field goals 8-3. So it's a good field goal scored there by Dubai Wolves. Too many penalties scored there by UAE. And we have throw-ins 10-6, controlled there by UAE. 11 goals to 9. For the fouls, penalties 2 from 3, 4 from 4 though from UAE. Very strong with their penalties, of course, again today. 1 corner for UAE, unconverted. And there's a yellow card apiece out there today. That shows how tense it's all getting. And it's all got to be played for, ladies and gentlemen. So there they are, very happy Wolves camp. And for myself and Polo Line, please tune in at 4 o'clock local time here in the UAE for our next match, which is Bangash versus Gantut. Thank you very much.